All right, folks, this video we're going to do all our basic connectors that you would get from a power supply and a case. Throw in some extra stuff that a lot of you, if you buy a cheap case, you're not going to have some of these things. If you buy an expensive case, you might not have something like USB 2.0 on it, okay? So, in some cases you might get a computer speaker, some you might not. Let's start with the power supply. So we're not going to look at hard drives and graphics cards in this video. Just what do you need to get this power supply working, okay? 24 pin power connector. I actually am going to do another video where I update the BIOS using the flashback plus method. So I'm going to need that hooked up. Now for that method, questionable whether I need CPU power, but that is something we'll probably connect anyways. Not going to hurt anything. And if you can see this, which I'm not sure how well you guys can see it, I'm going to turn on another light. I think rotate this a little bit more. So there are 3 4-pin connector headers here, and I am just connecting 2 out of 4. You really only need a third one if you're gonna do overclocking. All right. Now you should always have your CPU pins protected. In this case, I just bought this used, and they did not ship one with me. After this video, I'm going to do the BIOS update, and then we're going to put a 9800 X3D in here that's in another motherboard that's been not quite performing like I expected it to. All right. If you have one of these in your PC case, this is the Type-C connector. It goes to the USB Type-C header here, and it can go in only one way. So be gentle. If it doesn't want to go in, then you know that you've got it backwards. All right, so, and I may, things are moving around in here, so there we go. Whenever you connect the power supply outside like this, it tends to want to overpower the motherboard from sitting still. Of course, most of you will do this inside of a computer case, right? So, which makes it that much more difficult. Now, this is a SATA cable, folks. One end would go to a hard drive or solid state drive, 2.5 inch. The other end is going to go into one of your 6 SATA connectors. So you got the ones on the side, you got these 4. I'm just going to stick this in one of these guys. And the important thing is to note that these can go in only one way. So don't try and overpower it by, if it doesn't fit, rotate it, and then boom, you've got that. All right. Now, most of you will have a front panel connector that looks something like this. USB 2.0, the blue one's 3.0, 3.2. Then you've got power button, reset switch, and then the LEDs for power and the hard drive. And then this one actually has, looks like a headphone and microphone on it. Now, let's go ahead and connect these guys. So if you have USB 3.2, this motherboard has 2 locations. I can connect it here, or I can connect it over here. Of course, you will be routing this around your case and trying to make it look good. Notice there is a, basically this has a protrusion on this end, and this has a cutout on this side, okay? You want to line those two things up. Getting this cable out of the way. Getting that cable out of the way and dropping it down in there. Now, do this gently, come in at 90 degrees, and you should hear it pop. If you do not come in at 90 degrees, you can bend the pins, and you'll potentially never get that thing to go in. All right. We have two of these that almost look identical. One will say, let's just grab one at a time here. This one's USB 2.0, okay? So it has that one pin that hole missing on the bottom near where my finger's going back and forth. So you have to be careful when you install this. This is missing this pin, so we have to rotate that around and put that in there like so. Boom. All right. Now for your HD audio, it's missing the second pin from the side my finger's tapping on. And so when we go over here to where your HD audio is, you need to line those up. Interesting enough, this motherboard has the protectors on it for some of these, but not all of them. Go figure that out. All right, if you have a PC speaker, you want to hear that beep, beep when it boots up. That's going to go in here, and I don't see a plus minus on here. On your front panel connector, this guy's probably in the way. It'll be these 4 pins right here on the end. Second row. Boom. All right. I'm going to get rid of this USB, or excuse me, the SATA cable here, so that you guys will be able to see a little better when I do the front panel. And hell, we might even drop down a little bit. I think that's probably the wise thing to do for you all. And for me too, for that matter. So, iPhone 16 Pro Max. Yeah, adjust. Okay, so we need to move the camera a little bit. Maybe it'd be easier to move the motherboard. So, out of these, folks, the most important one is your power switch. Now, I need to find the power switch first. Let's see. That's a reset switch. It's LED. Now, if you're going to test your motherboard, I would suggest, that you use the power switch first, all right, and then worry about the other front panels. So, second row, third and fourth pins is your power switch, okay? And that goes in there 90 degrees. Be gentle. Now, in front of that is the reset switch. And so we will try and find that one for you guys. I think I found it, hopefully. That goes right in front of it. First row, third and fourth pins. Okay, good. Now, this next one is maybe a little more difficult. Doing your power LEDs, they are split for some reason. And one of these will say plus, the other will say minus. The one that goes on the left side, and this is the first row, first and second pins. The first pin gets your, second row, first pin is positive, second pin is negative, all right? So hopefully you can read that on the screen. If you're looking at this on a big monitor. And then the final one, folks, HDD. And I tell you, it is much easier doing this outside of the PC. You will have a lot more difficulty because of lighting. All right, so first and second pins, front row. And I don't have my glasses, so this is making it a little difficult on me. Boom, there's your front panel connectors. So we did Type C, we did the speaker, we did SATA. You know, if you have integrated graphics, folks, you'll be able to do HDMI connectors or display port to that. If you have headphone, the green one. If you have a mic, the pink one. I didn't grab a Wi-Fi antenna, but that's going to screw into the gold. But there you go, folks. There are your common connectors for this motherboard. Thanks for checking out my video. Please like, please subscribe.